Our fellow Pinkos and comrades, welcome to Malt Liquor Socialists. I'm your host, Mr. Kiefer, and in this episode, I am joined by a man who has turned Photoshop into his own form of Kung Fu. Mr. Morgan.
You know, I think what's more important, actually, is that you and I are going to be heading down to Central Point together after this to the wonderful world that is the Family Fun Center.
That is true. That is true. It'll be a blast.
Yes.
By the way,
yes,
for our listeners, when this episode releases, May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. Yes. It's my son's birthday. Hooray. Mm-hmm. So yeah, should be fun. Can't wait.
It'll be a blast. Family Fun Center is always a fun place to go.
It's a fun center.
So, God, Mr. Morgan, today we had a hopeful interview planned, but
we did.
I'm not going to, try to pontificate on why it did not happen. Maybe there's a family emergency, whatnot, but we were not able to get that set up for today.
Right.
So instead, we are going to go over the candidate for county commissioner position 2 that they had the Chamber of Commerce, where it was a wide field, a widespread. It's a long goddamn video, and we're not watching all of it.
Thank God.
We are going to specifically focus on the responses to these questions from one Chad Handsen.
Now, I'm not very familiar with Chad Handsen. Where is he falling in the spectrum of things?
It's kind of difficult to say in regards of politically, is he hardcore MAGA based on how he talks and such? Okay. But he's endorsed by Foreskin. Oh. So I think he's pretty, pretty that far.
That way.
Yeah. I think he's a goon for that guy. Okay. And I watched this whole thing. And
don't know how you do it.
Masochism.
Masochism.
Sadism is inflicting upon you. Masochism is inflicting upon myself.
Well, you do inflict a lot of pain upon me sometimes.
This is true. Yes. Sadomasochism. So,
my God.
For those of you who are not familiar with these words, today's word is sadomasochism.
So, all right. Edit this out.
Yeah, no. So, where this is going to be particularly fun, though, is when I watch this, Chad comes off a certain way.
Okay.
I don't think it's a good look for him.
All right.
In any way, shape, or form. There were other people in this who gave kind of equally awful performances. There were some people who I saw this and I came away from this going, okay, Matt knocked it out of the park.
Oh, good.
Mr. Spurlock.
Yes, Mr. Spurlock, yeah.
I'm not going to focus on his points of the video again. We're just focusing on Chad because that's a train wreck.
Okay. So, I'm excited.
All right, let's begin.
Okay.
Mr. Handsen.
Okay.
Hello, thank you. I want to thank the Grants Pass Chamber of Commerce and Daily Courier for hosting this event. As a native of Josephine County, I've lived through much change in my 53 years, raised by God-fearing people, people-loving parents in a logging family. I watched the demise of the timber industry firsthand. I lived through government regulation that stripped a community of its core and income. I married the bride of my youth, and having raised a family and now watching 5 of our grandchildren call Josephine County home, I want to be a part of their future. Not only as their pop-pop, but helping shape the future of this county. We are rich in resources and have a unique blend of experienced, talented citizens from Wolf Creek, Merlin, Grants Pass, Murphy, Williams, Wilderville, Selma, Kirby, Cave Junction.
So I just want to point out something as he's going through this. I think he is one of the few people up here who is reading most of his responses from a script.
Okay.
So other people I'm sure have it scripted, but I mean, is like, he's got this very clearly right in front of him.
Yes, he does.
Brian.
What?
My first career was in the timber industry. This gives me a unique perspective for the thousands of acres of timber property owned by Josephine County.
Does it?
As a public works contractor for 12 years, I have a good understanding of our roads, bridges, planning, and construction infrastructure.
Sure.
Having employed hundreds of men, I know what blue collar is.
Men.
I also have been on the other side of contracts, negotiations, and funding streams. Then for the past 10 years, I have worked and led in the nonprofit sector. How many loggers can say that?
Whoa.
That seems like that's kind of a slight.
Yeah.
I have seen both good works and waste firsthand in the NGO world. My team and I produce workforce neighborhoods in Cave Junction and Grants Pass. I know what it costs to develop and build houses. I do it every day. The greatest asset I bring is relational capital, a can-do attitude, and a listening ear.
Relational capital?
I doubt there isn't a problem that my contact list doesn't have a solution for in Josephine County.
As he lifts up his phone.
People
with
are the greatest
contact
asset we
list.
have, and I want to represent Josephine County citizens as your commissioner.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's his first. Basically, they're asking. The first question was, why is it you're doing this position,
Okay.
or why are you running for this?
All right.
So there's also Andrew Nichols. Again, I don't care.
Wonderful. Mr. Handsen, question again? Okay. What tangible ways do you support law enforcement, including sheriff patrols, the
here we
DA,
go.
and the jail? How have you supported these in the past, and how do you plan to fund all three?
You're not prepared for this. You are not prepared for what he's going to say.
Okay.
Tangible ways I've supported it, I haven't gotten arrested.
What? Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten arrested.
Yeah, and the look on his face, it's like right now he's trying to ad lib, I think, to try.
That is a wild answer.
It's a stupid answer. He does this a couple of times. Not like saying, I haven't been arrested a couple of times, but he'll do this a couple of times where I think he's trying to ad lib. He's trying to come off as charming and personable.
Yeah.
I don't see this as charming and personable.
Woof.
Yeah, I see this as this is kind of like, that really popular guy in high school who's on the football team for the stereotype, who thinks he's really witty and really good at, all this stuff. But really, the only thing he's good at is handling the pigskin.
The guy who peaked at 17. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know a few of those.
Yeah, this very much reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Tangible ways I support it. I vote for it.
Doy.
Law enforcement.
What?
And criminal law enforcement and
This guy
control
is
and
rolling his
jail
eyes
are
like,
vital to the success
you
of-
think I
and
don't
vibrancy
support
of our
it?
community.
Yeah.
No,
If
how
you don't feel
would
safe,
you?
You're not
Yeah.
gonna invite your friends and family here. You're not gonna grow a business. And,
I think it's how do
unfortunately
you,
in our
but
culture,
it might be how would.
It's going to be a
But still.
continuing growing need financially because things aren't getting better.
Okay.
As the breakdown of the family, poverty, and the
Oh
things
my
that we're
God.
struggle with, it's going to continue to be the biggest need in our community to fund. And so it will be paramount that we comb the budget, we put our priorities in place, we communicate with the public, we listen to the public. What do they want? How much do they want us to fund it? And our job is to implement those things. So I've always supported law enforcement. I voted for the district. I'm in the district. I did vote for the levy or the additional tax district for the sheriff because I want as much patrol and as much law enforcement as possible. If our DA is
But
not...
did he vote for the
if the
taxes to
system
fund
isn't,
it?
Supported enough.
Did he?
I mean, it's just catch and release. And then we have a jail levy coming up. So we have some big issues as it relates to law enforcement. And I fully support them, and we'll do everything I can to make that our number one priority.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was a very long non-answer.
Okay. How would you support the police, the sheriff, all that stuff? And he says, well, I voted for stuff like that in the past.
Yeah.
But that's as a private citizen.
Yeah.
If you get elected, what are you going to implement?
Yeah, it's like you are in charge of policy.
Yeah.
Or, it's like you have a say in actual policy, not just, I approve this or I don't approve this. It is, hey, what can we do? I can vote for it. Okay, vote for what?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Are we going to increase taxes so the sheriff's department has more funding?
What do
Are
you,
we?
as a commissioner, what do you want to have happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I never got arrested.
Yeah, that's again first thing out of his mouth. Well, I've never been arrested. It's like,
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
right.
All right, Mr. Handsen, would you like me to repeat the question?
Sure.
What committees or boards have you served on that would help you manage and understand Josephine County's operations and departments?
I currently work daily with the Grants Pass and Josephine County leadership. I have working relationships with City Manager Aaron Kubik, Public Works Director Jason Kennedy, Assistant Public Works Director Wade Elliott,
How?
Community Development Director Bradley Clark, and many of his staff.
Who? How?
I've been on a City of Grants Pass Development Code Task Force that
Okay.
meets twice a month since the summer of 2025.
Okay.
I work with Mayor Clint Scherf City Council President Rob
That's
Pell,
not
and
the
Police
thing he
Chief Warren
thinks.
Hensman. From Josephine County, I've known Colleen Martin and her family for over 20 years. I've known Gary Richardson for most of my adult life.
It's not who
Sheriff
you
Dave
know.
Daniel and
What?
I have a solid connection. Richard Pike in Public Works and I go way back to when he was an inspector with the City of Grants Pass Public Works. Budget Director Ruth Nelson, I worked directly for her on a couple, as a sub-grant recipient, NGO. Property Manager Helene Lulich, I work with Helene a lot. Assessor Chris Parton, County Surveyor Peter Allen, County Legal Wally Hicks. I'm working daily with that group of people, so I not
In
only do I
what
sit on our
capacity?
committees, I work
Yeah.
in committees with these people. I don't just listen.
So I like that though. He lists all these people, and it's like on one hand you're listening to people that you've worked with in committees.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Okay, good.
That's great.
Cool.
How do you work with them in committees? He doesn't answer that. Like, are you there as somebody who is brought as an expert? Are you somebody who you're pushing for a certain form of legislation?
Right.
Are you just somebody who comes up and comments? These things are all matters of participating in these. And the other thing though, is like the way he lists off names, like I know this person, this person, this person, that doesn't say you work in a committee. That's saying you're a Nepo baby.
Well, and I forget he listed someone in there that's like, oh yeah, no, I've known them for like, over 20 years or something. Like
I think that might have been Colleen Martin.
like as a personal friend.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's not part of the question.
No, it's not. It's not at all. All right, let's see. Because some of these questions, they might not re-ask it, but we can figure it out based on the answer he gives if they don't.
Mr. Handsen, how important do you think it is to work collaboratively with your colleagues and constituents who have a political perspective different than your own?
Okay.
It's such a funny question. Like, who would say no?
Okay.
Why do I get the impression I'm looking at
The only people
Beavis
that
here?
aren't protected in this whole process is the citizens. My job is to represent the citizens, which there's talent all over this community that comes from different backgrounds, different different religious beliefs,
Okay.
different
Great.
different priorities.
How would you work with them?
But my favorite part right now,
Yeah.
and there's going to be a part that tops a little bit later, but it's not specifically for him. I'll explain why. But my favorite part about this is he again starts off trying to like make a little bit of a joke. He's smiling all dopey, and then he gets all serious. I think because there's an audience here.
Okay.
When
yeah.
this is going on, the
Oh.
camera doesn't ever show them.
Got you. Okay.
I think he's trying to play the audience, and I think he did that and got crickets. And it's like, okay, serious, get my game face on.
We're not here to fucking entertain, bro.
Yeah.
We're here to ask questions as a candidate for county commissioner.
And for you to answer them.
This is not open mic night.
No, it's not. He kind of treats it like it is, and it's sad.
Sad.
We need like a cane with a hook on the end to pull him off stage. Now, the other thing he was going to do, he's going to have trouble with a word in a little bit that makes me very happy.
Oh, God.
But the reason it makes me happy isn't because he specifically has trouble with this word.
Okay.
It's that just about every single person on here when giving their response had trouble with this word. I think the only person who didn't was literally Matt Spurlock, but he also didn't say the word specifically that you're going to have trouble with. He said a different variation of it.
Oh, I'm interested.
But it made me giddy.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
We have to come together at the table and best represent the county and the populace that votes, to move the ball forward, we have to listen to everybody, obviously, because it affects everyone. But it's really like, why would anybody be up here who didn't think that it was important to collaboratively work with everyone available? Because geniuses are in these woods all over the place.
Everybody has trouble
And
with
they
the
need
word
to have a voice and be able to be
collaboratively
heard
in this.
because some of these solutions
know
are out
why.
there in the people.
That's
so
interesting.
I'm sure that all of us sitting up here are welcoming any collaborative opportunities to better our community. And my role in this community is I'm a connector. I know so many people, and I want to invite and open opportunities for those people to come and share.
Okay, he's a networker. But yeah, everybody else on this has trouble with the word collaboratively, almost like they're allergic to it.
Okay.
And they probably aren't really, but it made me giggle a little bit.
Well, you are the English major over here.
I am. And it was silly and stupid and all kinds of fun stuff.
And the question is, what can Josephine County government do to encourage economic development? And please have some specifics if you can.
Okay.
Reading.
Come on.
reading.
Economic development's a major part of my life. I'm doing that all the time. And we would remove impediments within the law
Whoopty shit.
so
Yeah,
existing
that's not-
businesses
Yeah.
can expand and prosper. Our best advocate is having our established businesses built on solid foundations and being profitable. Then owners' employees will communicate to their vendors, suppliers, trade partners, family, and friends that Josephine County is open for business. Public safety and law enforcement functioning to our expectations validates
How?
that Josephine County is safe, that you can invest your family and talents here. I've seen this firsthand. One of my friends is a trader.
What are
I
we
think he might be
doing?
one of the top 3.
So his whole argument here is, in order to bring economic development here, we have to create a safer place. So basically, I think he's going for the law enforcement. If we get law enforcement, we're going to get more people here, and we'll get more economic development.
Yeah.
But in order for that to happen, he has to,
Okay.
develop and support law enforcement,
Sure.
which he's not explaining how the hell he would do
Right.
that.
Yeah. No, I think you're reading in between the lines more, and I'm just listening to what he's saying. And what I'm hearing is just the question is brought up to him, how? And then he goes on a wild tangent.
Yep. He's got to chase that goose.
And it's like, yeah, if, like you're doing, which is great, he's talking about law enforcement, so he probably wants to do this and he probably wants to do that. But he's not actually saying that.
No, he's not. And the thing is, even though he's implying it, if he's implying it, then he should be bringing up, like, look, to get law enforcement to do this, this is what we need to do to get more law enforcement so that this can happen.
Right.
And he's not.
No.
He's making an implication that we need this, but he's not talking about, okay, cool. So how do we follow through with that implication?
Yeah, how?
Traded sector corporations in our county. And some of his friends from Southern California, large contractors, customers of his, are now multiple generations later looking to move here because it's a beautiful place to live, because they've heard good things about Josephine County. So we need to continue to clean up Josephine County as far as code enforcement, and that's a complex issue, no doubt, with land use laws. But I think that if we encourage and solidify the businesses that are here, the goodwill will get out, and people will decide to move here. To establish new businesses costs 10 times more than to upgrade an existing business. So first start with what we have here, and so that they're profitable.
I just hope my friends from Southern California come up here, and I just hope that they bring economic prosperity.
Look, Mr. Morgan, he's making an educated wish. Sorry, I watched Deadpool 3 recently.
Yes, that is a very educated wish.
I'm not even sure the word educated there is quite right, but it is a wish.
It is a wish.
So, okay, let's see. We seem to have a lot of back and forth between different... Did I miss one? Okay. They don't always do these in the same order, so
Okay.
it makes it a little bit... Okay, start with him, Indra, Matt, him.
What we should focus on are the people that are in those seats doing their job well for Josephine County.
Thank you. Mr. Handsen?
Any document is only as effective as its implementation, the people that are involved.
This was talking about making changes to the charter, potentially, or
Okay.
fixing holes in the charter.
Gotcha.
The current structure of the charter, charter changes can't be done by the board, and it's above our pay grade. And I will abide by the charter when it's relevant, of course.
Whoa.
Yeah, when it's relevant, of course.
I will abide by the charter when it's relevant to who, sir?
Well, relevant to who and relevant when?
Yeah.
So what makes it not?
What makes it not relevant?
So because this is kind of like what is it? The God damn it! When you're working, the charter is effectively the how you do your job.
Yeah.
What your job is. Like it is literally the rules and the stipulations of this position that you are applying for, and a lot of other things too.
Sure.
So how the fuck does it? Yeah, when it applies.
Yeah, when it applies, and to who, and when. Whatever. What?
Yeah, it seems a little bit like, what the shit.
Mr. Handsen.
Tourism is a byproduct of a beautiful place to live. Hawaii is driven by tourism, but the people that live there have to work 3 jobs, have 10 roommates, and hope that their parents send them some money so they can come home for Christmas. So it doesn't create.
We have to do that
jobs,
here too,
but we
motherfucker.
have manufacturing. So there's an amazing group of people right up here, and within our staff and
Also,
our city.
I don't know if you know this, but Hawaii is an island.
Yeah,
and,
it's true.
You know, costs more to get things out there.
It does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that does it is factually correct.
Yeah.
That it's not like you can just ship stuff over from the state right next to you or anything.
Sure.
It's, yeah. It makes it a little difficult.
And there's again, like I said, there's people living here with 3, 4 roommates trying to eke out a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those people are working industrial jobs, like stuff where it's like we need to bring good industrial jobs. He's like, we have people who have those. They pay shit. So it's kind of. It seems like he's trying to pick on this whole thing of like, tourism is good, but we shouldn't focus too much on. It's like, no, that's a lot of how we actually get our income in this area is tourism.
Yep.
Which if and when the Rogue River dries up, we're going to be fucked.
Well, everyone's fucked then.
Create those opportunities for tourism. I will gladly enjoy those and promote those things, but my focus will be on traded sector for manufacturing. We need to bring money in, build a good, and send it out. It's the biggest impact on your economy is traded sector jobs, manufacturing. You pull manufacturing out of cities, what happens? They die. We died. We've become a retirement community and a welfare community.
We
The
were
divide
like
between
that
the haves and
before.
have-nots
Yeah.
here is great.
No, yeah, before the logging industry went belly up here.
Yeah.
We were still a fucking retirement community.
Right.
It didn't just happen to be, the logging went away and the elderly came in and now we're a ghost. It doesn't work like that.
It was as much as I hate to admit it on a personal level, I've been here for a very long time. I've been here since about 6th grade. Well, full time since about 6th grade. You know, we moved back and forth before then because my parents couldn't make up their minds.
Yeah.
But like when I was here, when I was going to middle school, I remember my parents complaining about it then. Like, man, there's just a bunch of old people here.
Yeah.
It's just that my dad happened to find a good job here. And that, I guess that was, lucky for him and us. Like, hey, we got to move here. But yeah, there was nothing for me to do.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, oh, well, yeah, you want to go to the church? No.
Do you want to go hang out at the old folks home?
Yeah, no, it's always been like that.
Well, and that's one of those things too, where not just tourism, but one of the ways I think we can help keep people here, period, is to invest in ways to, for things to have people do.
Yeah.
It's like, don't just look. I love the hiking trails around here. I love the area. It's freaking gorgeous. It absolutely is. And it's one of the reasons I love being here and I don't ever want to move.
Yeah.
But outside of that, what is there in this area?
There's been a lot of things over the years that I've heard about that, people wanted to do. Like the first thing off the top of my head is there was talk about, maybe putting in like a whitewater park. Yeah. Like Reno has, where, sure, and I know there's environmental aspects to this where it's like, okay, yeah, you are kind of changing the river a bit, but you're not like damming it or you're not doing anything to harm it, kind of a thing. But it would just be like, hey, people like to raft. Like people like to do things on the water. That would be cool to kind of like, and I think they wanted to put it down by Riverside Park or something.
Yeah.
And, that would have brought people here. There's been other things, kind of adjacent to that people are like, hey, wouldn't it be cool to, I don't know, kind of like where we're going today. Wouldn't it be cool to put in like a family fun center or something? No, that dies because it's the olds who are always like, well, we don't need that.
Well, there are other things too, where it's like we have so much wooded area around here that's like not. We could go like you could literally have one of the largest paintball parks in Oregon here. And it's like, have that be an attraction. Because the largest one is out by Malala up in Portland.
Yeah.
And it's like, why not have that here? Right off of I-5, easy to get access to. You're going to bring in people.
There's so many ideas, like I've said, that have popped up that people our age or younger go, oh, well, that would be pretty cool to have that.
Yeah.
And as soon as it reaches like the city or county, it's always like, nah, oh, we just don't have the money for that.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
then you don't have the money to keep people in the county.
Right.
So
I'm in the workforce housing. I've been given, we are given properties. We take no profit. I can't get people to buy my houses that work here. They don't make enough money. So I will concentrate on traded sector jobs and support tourism 100%. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people that want to do that. I want to do traded sector, create jobs, manufacturing, and bring people here that will provide jobs that they can buy houses.
You need high paying jobs.
So basically, I like that. I have people here who can't buy houses. And again, we have people here who work in manufacturing, who have these high paying jobs that cannot afford houses. Well, again, one thing I think Matt actually brought up in this, it might have been to this question, but I know he brought up in this particular just question answer session.
Yeah.
If he gets the county commissioner position, that pays a good wage.
Yeah.
That's like a little over $100,000 a year. Uh-huh. And he made a point of, it's a good wage, and I still wouldn't be able to. It's like I'd be priced out of most houses here with that, because that's how much housing costs. It isn't that the jobs don't necessarily pay enough, although most of them don't.
Right.
It's that the cost of housing is too fucking high.
Yeah.
Period. You can have good paying jobs here, and you're still going to be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I think we got one, maybe two more of these.
What do you think is the best accomplishment of the current commission or past commission over the last 2 years?
They got our attention.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Yeah.
Ha!
He's like wiggling around in his chair, kind of like, is this going to pan out? Is this going to pan out? Come on. Okay, and here we go.
Wow.
Mr. Rafferty said he was surprised how many people ran. That's why.
Oh.
That's why I'm here.
Oh.
They got our attention. And there was some, methods that could be repaired for sure. But getting our attention of like, what is going on with government? And so I'm here because they got my attention.
Thank you for nothing.
Yeah. No, again, that's kind of like the best part about this is, again, for contrast, when Matt was on here, Matt actually gave an answer that was like, I think it was not necessarily like a big compliment, but it's like he pointed something out for the not current administration that we have for the commissioners, but the prior one where we just recalled two assholes.
Yeah.
And it was actually a good point. And this guy here is just like, yeah, they got our attention. I never pay attention to politics. They got our attention.
Yeah, what?
What is your current job or business, and what would the plan be for that job or business if you were elected?
Okay, this should be
currently I'm a full-time
substantial.
volunteer.
Wait, what?
He's a full-time volunteer.
He's a full... What?
What
the fuck?
Now he's going to get a smirk, but notice beforehand, his jaw's moving. I think right now he is chewing gum.
Oh, cool. Because that's what you do during a,
Well, yeah,
speech and debate,
this is, speech and debate.
Anyway.
Not even debate, but you're here trying to be professional. You decide, I need to choose something.
I'm a full-time volunteer?
Yeah. Shall we continue? He explains it a bit, I think.
Please. I need this explained.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when elected as the commissioner for position 2, that'll be my gig.
What?
His gig.
Right, Mr.
So what?
Jones.
What? Yep. What the fuck?
He's a full-time volunteer.
So how do you fucking live?
So here's what I don't get. He's a full-time volunteer, but he's done all these other jobs. He's had all these other employees under him. So
what does the man do?
Yeah, so it's like, is he retired and really well off, and he just volunteers? Like, maybe some expose to that would be nice.
Yeah.
And you know what we got?
Jack shit.
Exactly that. Let's see. Is there any more? Or I think that might be the last. Nope, not quite the last one. There's one more left.
Hard times create strong men.
Oh my
Strong men
God.
create good times. Good times create weak men.
Holy
Weak men
fucking
create
shit.
hard times.
Oh my fucking God.
So just as a heads up,
Yeah.
this is their closing
No,
statements.
yeah, I
Got that?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You are the weak men that are creating the hard times. You just think you're some sort of alpha, bro.
Yeah, this is, keep in mind, this is the guy where it's like, I've never been to prison.
I'm
With
just a
grin on-
full-time volunteer.
Yeah, stuff with a grin on his
What?
face, like the most half-assed responses. And then we get, hard times create strong men create
You don't
simple.
do anything.
Yeah, he's a volunteer. Now, look, volunteers may do very many things, but again, if he's just a volunteer and that's all he gave, then that doesn't really provide a lot of information.
No, he's given me nothing.
We're in hard times.
A
I want to be
day.
a part of the opportunity to change
Oh my
the
God.
culture and the stature of our community back to good times. And I want to be a part of that leadership.
So I can create weak men. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh, after that, it's, closes out.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, a lot of those people on there were also not very good.
Sure, but that, wow.
Mr. Morgan, I do encourage you, if you have the time, to watch the thing in full. I encourage the listener to watch the thing in
Yes.
full, because that was just focusing on Chad Handsen.
Chad.
And the reason I'm focusing on him is because right now I think he's one of the four, like, the people where it's like he's supported by West. Every time I see signs where it's like it's West, Junker, Chad, like they're all grouped together.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important to pay attention to that. I'm also not really a fan of Indra there, but I'm hoping that's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's,
I've only seen one of her sign, and it's never with the group.
No, it's never with the group. And keep in mind, Indra did sign that petition.
She sure
for
did.
For Pelfrey to withdraw
She
from the
sure
library
did.
district.
Yeah.
So huzzah.
Ha.
Anyways, but I do encourage to watch the whole thing, because as much fun as that was, he was not the one that was the most out there.
Oh, shit.
There was one that was like really out there, and the guy routinely would say, "I'm not even expecting to get the vote. I just want to shake the boat," kind of a thing. And it's like, is he high?
He might have been.
I think he might be smoking some of the devil's lettuce.
That's my campaign phrase.
But I mean, he was very
Don't get the vote, but rock the boat.
But I mean, very, very like libertarian in the sense
God.
of like,
Yeah.
didn't really have, he had not ideas, but the concepts of ideas.
Good, because that's what we need more of in this country, allegedly.
Yeah, he didn't have a plan. He had like
Great.
He had like 18% of a plan. It was interesting to watch. I have
Okay.
to admit that.
Yeah.
And the whole thing itself is just, it is an interesting debacle to watch. And again, not everybody did bad. Matt Spurlock was not the only one who did good, but I think Matt Spurlock knocked it out of the park there. Although there have been plenty of people who responded to this and going, "Yeah, no, Matt's just leftist.
Oh, God.
I'm not voting in a leftist."
Yeah.
And it's like, how did he? Nothing here like screams leftist. It just screams common sense.
It just screams common sense and helping out your fellow man.
Yeah, and he provided good detailed answers to stuff too. Like when it was, how are you going to get stuff taken care of in the county? A lot of people were giving platitudes, and Matt was like, well, a lot of the funding we would end up getting would have to be from grants.
Yeah.
And so we would be applying for a lot of grants from federal, from state, try to do state, get some of the money we're sending out back to the state, back to us. It's like, that's actually a strategy.
Yeah.
And he made a very good point of, he doesn't care where the money comes from. If it comes from Trump, it just spends all the sweeter.
Yeah.
And it's like, at that point, Yeah, sure.
Great.
Yeah, it's like it's getting money here. That is a reasonable, responsible, nonpartisan answer. So,
Yeah. Wow. That was a little nuts.
well, Mr. Morgan,
Yeah.
is there anything you want to touch on as we close out this episode?
Well, I mean, this is going to be one of our shorter episodes for things that
40.
are out of our control.
Yeah.
Sorry it didn't shake out the way that we thought it would, but you know what? That's how it goes sometimes.
It's life.
That's life.
I'm just hoping everything was okay and there wasn't like some emergency that happened
Sure.
that was
Yeah.
out of the blue. That's never
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. So, maybe another time. But for now, it's time to get ready to go celebrate a birthday here.
It is. And just as a friendly reminder, because this episode would not have been a reminder enough on its own, the ballots are in.
Ballots are out.
Ballots are out. They have
Yep.
been mailed out. Check your mailbox
Yep.
and vote.
Vote, please.
And we are recommending, as the state of, or I think not just entirely the state of Oregon, but many people in the state of Oregon are recommending, if you are able to, don't mail it in, drop it off at a drop box,
Yeah.
because these ballots are due by the 19th. The U.S. Postal Service has been hobbled, kneecapped.
Yeah. Yes.
They'll get shit there, but it might not be on time.
Yeah.
So if you are able, please fill out your ballots and drop them off at your nearest Dropbox location.
And if you are in the city of Grants Pass, I know that there's at least 2 of them. There might be more, but I know that one is at the courthouse.
And there's one that's right behind the library, which is less than a block away.
And then there's and there's one there's one by the library, but then there's also one in the Evergreen Bank on Union Avenue. It's right across the street from the Sonic Drive-In.
Yeah.
So you can drop them off there too, and that's where that's where you'll probably see me dropping mine off.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to our podcast. If you have any suggestions or ideas, or if you just want to reach out and say hi, because that's fun too.
That's fun.
Yeah. Please be sure to email them to maltliquorsocialists at gmail.com.
We're thinking about working on the website. No promises yet.
Yeah. You can also check us out on Facebook, and this episode will also air on YouTube.
Collaborative.